Ever wonder if you can achieve something more in life? If you were on your way to a successful future? Watch this video to realize if you are on the right path. Welcome to the Successful Guys channel, the channel where we identify ways to be successful in life. With that said, we will talk about 12 signs you are going to be successful in life. If you want to see an example of a successful mastermind, then watch our last video on Steve Jobs. You can do it right now by clicking on the link in the top right corner. Subscribe now to get more content like this. Without further ado, let us dive straight into our topic. Number 12. You acknowledge the abundance of opportunities. There are millions of opportunities all around, more than there ever has been before. There is a job available for every talent and skill, and people are constantly on the go to hire the best of the best. There have never been more startups, new businesses, or ideas than now. With the influx of old options and the new, the scope available is immense. There's a boom in the market with the constant flow of incoming money and outflow of innumerable prospects. According to Forbes, nearly 500 people became billionaires during the pandemic, most of them self-made. These individuals found a way to capture the job market and become highly successful. So it is time you grab the right opportunity and make the most out of it. Number 11. You are willing to wait and work for your success. You understand that success is a long, drawn-out road and you can only take a certain amount of steps at a time. Despite being aware of the limitations, it does not lessen your vigor for success. Instead, you are driven to produce brilliant work again and again, no matter how much you work in a day. Fate does not change courses in a day, so be prepared to incur a loss or stay on a minimal budget for the first few years. But if you work long enough for a decade, then you will see your life flourish into something new. Number 10. You are passionate about your work. A sure way of knowing if a person is going to become successful is to see if they like their work. Do they enjoy going to work? Do they become excited at the idea of leading a new initiative? Are they inspired by the craft they produce? These are blatant clues to let you know that these people are on their way to achieving the most in life. Nobody can stop them from going the extra mile to pave their path to the top. If you do not enjoy your work but want to, then this is your clue. Change your job or field, but make sure that you are immersed in the work that you pursue. Number 9. You know that entrepreneurship is the only way you can reach the stars. The reality is simple. No matter how hard you work for an employer or how many years, you will never be rich enough to settle down for life. A job gives you the same share every month, and you can't expect increased profit or growth consistently. So you understand that a job won't complete your vision of being financially independent. Instead, the only way of accomplishing uncharted freedom of money is to start your own business. Number 8. You refuse to waste money, invest instead, and repeat. Rich people are sometimes frugal and save up even when it is unnecessary. They always show themselves as lesser than what they have. No matter how big the profits, they choose to maintain their old lifestyle. You should know better than to spend on luxurious watches, cars, or clothes. Instead, refuse the need to show off and reinvest most of your money back into the value-creating assets, your business. You should be investing more than you spend. More than half of your profit should go back into the assets generating all your wealth. Number 7. You value the knowledge you learn over money. As an accomplished person, you must have gone through a lot of life-changing experiences. These might include your education, work experience, or the investments you've made. Throughout these learning journeys, you must value the knowledge over the money you have earned. This lesson only applies in the starting years, as that is the first initial stage of becoming successful. However, The money soon becomes the priority as you settle in and move beyond the learning phase. Number 6. You understand it is necessary to have multiple streams of income. Aside from reinvesting a hefty chunk of money from the profit, you must be aware of outsourcing income from various spheres of investments. Investing your profits into successful businesses, which will only return more money, is a brilliant scheme. It is not bound to fail and will never put you at risk. You never know when you will hit the jackpot with a heavy investment. An additional rule of thumb is to limit yourself to only spending the money you generate from these investments. Make sure you only spend money you gain profits from your investments. Number 5. You surround yourself with like-minded and successful people. It is nothing new that successful people attract other successful peers. The saying, "Birds of the same feather flock together," stands true in this case. You are bound to attract individuals of similar energy, and if your friends are highly motivated and earning well, then chances are you are on the right path too. Your circle will only urge you to be better, do more, and take over the world. Number 4. You are always giving it your all and producing more output. You are always on set ablaze with your need to create work. You are working more hours and putting in more time than the people around you. Your competition is nothing in front of you. You always go the extra mile and finish half a week's worth of work in just a single day. You know better than to cut yourself some slack at the beginning of your career. You know your hard work will only benefit you and only you in the future. So keep marching ahead and don't stop until you reach your initial goals set for your life. Number 3. You are extremely clear about your end goals. As an ambitious person, you are 100% set on the finish line. You have made a milestone list and you know your 5 years goals as well as your 10 years. You're a visionary, knowing which way is going to make the road much smoother for you. You know what you want and you are not afraid to own it. You are not like others who might put themselves down or feel like an imposter because you know your worth and you know that the only way possible is up. Number 2. You appreciate the value of time. As a person on their way to a successful life, you understand the limitations of time all too well. You know time is your best friend as well as your enemy, depending on how you utilize it. If you cherish it, spend it on your work, and try to hone your talents, then it becomes your best buddy. On the other hand, if you waste it, let it slip away, or are careless with it, then it is your arch nemesis. You understand that every minute wasted is a minute you could have spent on building your wealthy future. Number 1. You are not afraid to own up to your mistakes or flaws. One of the most important lessons is to know when to stop. You need to know where you lack, where you are not at your strength, and admit that to yourself. Doing this will only help you out, as you might try to improve on those habits or outsource those tasks if they are skills related. You have to equip yourself with the best of the best. That requires having ownership of your talents as well as an understanding of your weaknesses. Only the strongest people claim their flaws, as they are not insecurely projecting them onto others. Don't forget to tell us if you find any similarities of these signs within your life. If you match with 5 or more of these signs, then you are already on your way to eventual success. In case you have less than 5 matches, then you know the room and opportunity for growth. Thank you for tuning in and growing with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for similar inspiring content. See you next time! Have a successful day!